Hello you guys, today I'm going to give you guys a video on how to get faster at LST logic games. So one way to get faster is by reading by the first letter, not by the full names, and I have an example here to work on off the Law School Admission Test 92 Game 1. So when I say read the first letter, not the full names, I mean instead of reading like this, the loner, the neighbor, the rockers, the snap, and the yaks, read it with the first letter, LNRSY. If you notice, the creator of the Law School Admission Test logic games, they placed the full names with different letters in the beginning, so you can go ahead and easily identify them by the letters LNRSY. Now, another rule is for the conditions and restrictions, you can go ahead and what I like to consider use this strategy as well when it comes to getting quicker and faster. Read it by the first letters, and what I mean by that, instead of going like right here, the snap must perform sometimes before the rocket's performance. Read it in the manner where you just have to read the first letter, S before R. And the way you do that for logic philosophy, or to place the variables, just put S before R, and there you have S before, excuse me, that came out to be a strange looking R. And right now you have S before R. Here you can do the same manner. N must perform during the immediately before or during the immediately after R's performance. So for that, you just want to go ahead and put N here, R. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Yep, it did that again to me. And then put the symbol here that it can go back and forth. So now you have N before R, and also you see the symbol that can go R before N. So that's one way you can get quicker, is by go ahead and reading it off the first letter and not the full name. Now, when it comes to the conditions, instead of reading them all and then going ahead to apply it to the questions, for example, here, instead of going through all the conditions to have a good understanding and write down the variables and then going through it one at a time, which is a method, one way you could do is just go ahead and read off the first question or one of the conditions. Why perform sometimes before the first break? So what that means is Y is going to go before B1, and just go ahead and look for it. That Y has to be before the break 1. Now we see it's not here, so what that means is you cross it out. Now another, while you're doing this method, don't keep going to see if there's another mistake similar to the rest of the answers. Just go back to the next condition, because if there is an answer here that's in the same manner, you will catch it at the end. And what I mean by you will catch it at the end, you will see that there's two answers left. But usually if you do it the way that I'm trying to teach, a process of elimination, you will probably see that it might help you out. Now with the process of elimination, I'm going to have to give you an example of what I mean. So we're going to go ahead and solve one of these at the end, so I can give you a good idea of what I mean with process of elimination. I don't mean look for the correct answers, and then go ahead and apply all of these conditions to the correct answer to make sure. I mean go through one at a time to make sure what's the wrong one, and then when it's not correct, cross it out, and then you should be left with the final answer, which would be the correct answer, as a way of doing a process of elimination. Answer choices may have the same wording. I'll show you that later on, what I mean by that and how to get quicker. Also, this is going to be important. Write down the first game piece to use to solve the rest of the questions. Keep track of your final answers, because what that's going to do is going to help you out with the rest of the game pieces. So right now, while I went over the brief how to get faster at logic games, I'm going to go ahead and apply it to a scenario right now. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the Law School Admission Test 92, and I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible, showing you guys this method. So this game begins right here. Let me go ahead and get my diagram that I like to use. A concert would consist of separate performance of 5 bands. L N R S Y. The console will have exactly 7 hours with 1 hour performance by each and 2 1-hour breaks. So there's going to be 2 breaks. The console is scheduled to obey the following conditions. The second break cannot take place immediately after the first break. So what that means right here, you have X and they are not allowed to be together. So let's look for it real quickly. Break, separate. All the breaks are separate, so we can move on to the next condition. Y must perform sometime before the first break. Let's look for it real quickly. Y is at the first break, take it out. Don't keep on going. The snap must perform sometimes before rockers perform. So S before R, look for it in one of the answers. S before R, we see it's not here. That's it. Go for the next condition. The neighbor, which is N, must perform during the immediately before or else the immediately after the R performance. So N has to be close to R, or it could be RN, but they have to be together. Let's look for that really quick as possible. Where they're together, they're not together here. Take it out. The next rule right here is going to be the loner must perform during the 7th hour. So L7. So look for L in the 7th position. It's not here. Take it out. Process elimination gave us this final answer right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Y, B, S, N, R, B, L. And for those of you guys who are wondering if that's the correct answer, we're going to show you real quickly that it is. And bam, now we're going to move on to another question right now while we figure that one out. If Yakes performed during the hour immediately after Snap's performance, which of the following must be true? So this one's going to ask that Y be immediately after Snap. So S, it's going to go SY. And let me go ahead and separate it from the rest of the conditions, that way we know. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and apply as quickly as possible. SY. SY. And let me fill in the best of my ability. Y has to be before the first break. So that's not going to work. The second row is not going to work. S, Y, B, R. That's not going to work either, so we're going to have a break here. And we S, Y, break, R, break. I'm trying to get N and R in here. Break, L. Oh, I got one right now that we can work with. I'm trying to make sure I have another one, that way we have all the variables. So S, Y. For right now, this one's going to have to be the one that works. So let's do question 2. Which of the following must be true? Alright, now right here it says all these are the same wording, so to get quicker, perform during the, you already know it's perform during the. Instead of using the first word Yakes, you could just go R 4th. So look for R in the 4th position. That could be true, but it's not really a must be true, because it could be on. The snaps performed during the 2nd hour. We don't see that. Yakes performs during the 1st hour. We also don't see that. The second break occurs during the 5th hour. We don't see that, but we do see a performance though. The first break occurs during the 3rd hour. That is a must be true, because it does have to separate R and N. So yeah, we can use that as the must be true. And also, we see also that the rocker is in the 4th position, but it does have the ability to go back and forth, but that break doesn't though. And if you guys wondering if that's the correct answer, we got it correct, yes. Alright, which one finally could fit? That's too broad. It's not really specific. This is better. So this is going to be question 1. This is going to be question 2. Now we're moving to question 4. The snaps performs immediately before the 2nd break. So I'm going to go ahead and put snaps performance immediately before the 2nd break. So B2. So S, I'm going to put S here. And I'm gonna put the second break here. Actually, I'm gonna put S here, and I'll put the second break here, and then I'll put L here, and then I'll put NR. R has to go before S though, so what that means is we're gonna have to put S over here, second break here, N R, and then we're gonna have to get Y in here, and then we're gonna have to have a break as well. And this one right here follows the rules. So as quickly as possible, S before the second break. Let's see what we can do here. Which if I could be true? N is performed during the 3rd hour. No, N is performed during the 6th hour. Well, that could be true because N and R do have the ability to go back and forth. So that can be a true statement. Let's go ahead and see if we can answer any. Which of the following must be true? Now, while we have all these game pieces right here, we're going to use it to solve this answer right now. So for number 5, the neighbor performs immediately after the first break. That's not always going to be true because we could put N and R over here. So that actually could possibly be true. Let's check these other ones. The N performs immediately after the second break. That's not really too true. The R performs sometimes before the second break. We don't see it happening on these ones. The S performs before the second break. We do see that on all game pieces that S is before the second break. Y performs before the first break. We see that as well, but we also see that S is performed sometimes before the second break as well though. So let's go ahead and see if that one works. And yep, we got that one correct. See what else we didn't answer. Which of the following must be true? The neighbor performs sometimes before rocker. So looking at N before R, it doesn't have to be true. This it must be true. The N performs sometimes before S. That's not true here. R performs sometimes before Y. That's not true here. Y performs sometimes before N. That is true in all cases. Y before S. That's not true, but this is true in all cases. So that is a must be true. And let's see if we missed any questions right now. We got that one correct as well if you're wondering. Which of the following can occur during the 5th hour? So the 5th hour, we're looking at this spot right here. And we see N has the ability to be performed in the 5th position. And that's why it's important to you save all your game pieces. That way we can have ways to answer all these questions. So we did this right now in approximately about, I want to say 8 minutes, and we got it all correct while I was speaking. So 1 through 6 we answered. We can go ahead and review it. And by doing a quick review, we were able to get the first question correct, and we kept that game piece here. We solved the second one, and we saved that game piece to use as well. We answered the third one after we answered question 4 because it gave us another game piece to work off. And then we were able to answer this question as well. And with these questions right here, we use all the game pieces that we did for question 1, question 2, and question 4, and we kept them to answer the remaining questions as well. So I hope this helps out with how to get faster, how to improve your speed. For those guys too who want to take a look at it as well, just these are going to be the rules. And if you guys have any type of logic games you guys want me to solve, please send it to me. The quicker you send it to me, the quicker I can get it back to you. In addition, I can get you any copy you guys want on the Law School Admission Test Prep Test game. And thank you for watching the video.